It's Angie and Nathan. I just got home from work and he is being like extra, like clingy. I don't know. What's going on with you? It's almost like he knows we're getting ready to go on vacation. I know he probably doesn't really know that, but maybe he senses my anxiety about leaving him, which I talked about that in my last vlog, how I'm really anxious about boarding him. And now he's like, okay Mom, that's enough. Is that enough? Is that enough? You're such a sweet baby. So anyway, hello to Nathan again. You want to get down, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I just got home from work and this will be my last vlog before we go on vacation. Today is Thursday. We leave on Saturday morning and we'll be gone until the following Saturday. And then I have a week of vacation after that just to, recuperate and relax and take some time. And we have few people watching our house, and my mother-in-law, she comes every day to the house and checks the mail and stuff, and then we have some really great neighbors that'll check the house out and watch it really closely. And we do the same for them when they go away. So anyway, I figured I'd hop on here and show you the projects I got done and maybe yap at you a little bit about vacation. First off, I have no works in progress. I finished the last one I had today at work, was my work project, and I don't think I'm going to cast on anything until I get back from vacation. I've been thinking about whether or not I wanted to take a project with me, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to read. I think I'm just going to relax, and at the times where I have downtime to myself, I'm just going to read, because it usually gets pretty hot and I don't really want to have yarn on my lap. And so yeah, I think I'm just nothing on the loom, nothing on the Addi, nothing on a crochet hook. I'm done with everything for right now. So let me show you what I got completed, and I will show you my surprise project that I did at the end, where if you follow me on Instagram you've already seen it, but I'll show it to you in more detail. So first off, I will start with a hat and scarf set I made. I actually made a few hat and scarf sets this time. I'll show you this first one. I'm going to show you, I got at the yarn I got at Michael's. It's a loops and threads yarn called Jeannie Denim, and that's what the label looks like. It was on clearance for $1.99. This says the color is blue, and it does have blue in it, but I think it's more green than blue. I guess it has both. But this is a hand wash yarn because of how unique it is. And if I can get myself together, I can give you some more details on it. Okay, it's 70% acrylic, 30% cotton, and every time I come across something, it's in a foreign language. 76.6 yards or 70 meters, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. And so let me show you what the scarf looks like. This was actually my work project, the project that I had taken to work and just finished today. Folding it. So this is what it looks like completed. And I don't know if you can see the detailing in that yarn, how it's got like those little cotton fuzzies hanging off of it. It was really a very cool yarn to work with. It was really unique. It worked out really good on the loom. I'm not so sure it would work that great on a crochet hook, but I saved some of the yarn so I could show you what it looks like. So you can kind of see, like, let me find a darker piece. Maybe you can see the texture a little bit better. See how it's like the texture of it and stuff? So I have the scarf, and then I made a matching hat. And for the brim I used, it's a Red Heart Soft, I can't remember the color, but the yarn is really stretchy, so I wasn't sure how good it would work out for a brim. Plus I like the contrast that made. So I had this color, and then another one I did, same exact kind of yarn, except this one, the color's red. And I did the same thing. I did a hat and a scarf. Here's the scarf, and it's got red and it's like shades of red, you know, from pink all the way up to like really dark red. But I thought it was really interesting. It also came in gray and brown, but I had never worked with it before, so I just got these. And then I did a hat to go with it too. And then this is again a Red Heart Soft. I don't remember the name of the color, like, you know, one of those oatmeal beige, one of those kind of colors. One of those that I just always have on hand. Then the last thing I made that's not a snake scarf, you know, I always have snake scarves. This I made with some yarn I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I think I showed you the scarf the last time as a work in progress, but it's called Melody Bulky, and I got it on clearance from $5.99 to $3.59. Hobby Lobby right now has a bunch of different yarns. It depends on which, like one of the Hobby Lobbies I went to, they were just mixed in on the shelves with the rest of the yarn, and another one I went to, they had, excuse me, like those apple barrels, like tipped on their sides, just full of all kinds of different yarn. This one is in the color Copper Spice, and it's 70% wool, 30% acrylic, 4 ounces or 113 grams, 129 yards or 118 meters. And this is the scarf. I really, really love the colors on these. But that's what the scarf looks like with its colors. And then I made a hat. And then here's the hat. I forgot to bring my little lady head. But I think you can see the patterning and the ribbing. So I thought it worked up really nice. Then, of course, I made snake scarves. I don't think there's been a vlog in the last several vlogs that I haven't had some snake scarves. First one up, my handy dandy go-to yarn. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. This one is called Pomegranate Stripe, and all of these yarns are 252 yards or 230 meters, 5 ounces, 142 grams. And I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. The regular price is $3.99, and it'll go on sale for like $2.66 sometimes, or $3.66. And just $3.99 I don't think is bad at all. And I use an entire skein to make a snake scarf. So here's this one. There's the eyes and the tongue. And one of my hairs. Do you ever accidentally like knit a piece of your hair into your work? I hope that it's like, I try really hard not to do that. And then if I see it, of course, I pull it out. Up next, this one I love. This was one of my husband's favorite. Again, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby. This one is in the color Aegean Stripe. I don't know exactly if that's how you pronounce it. It's A-G-E-A-N, Stripe. And got some like light blue eyes. And then I like how that came out with black right there. He's like a little robber snake. That's like his colors. But I thought that one was really pretty. I like how that turned out. Up next, I love this yarn again. This one, the color is called Sherbet's Stripe, and that's what it looks like too. So that one I have pink eyes on. And there's the colors. Just really, really pretty. And then the last one was another kind of experiment, but I is so happy with it. It turned out so pretty. It's one of my favorites. This one again is, I love this yarn, but it's one called Colors, and this color is called Firecracker. And it's the same, you know, it's 251 yards instead of 252, but it still made a really long scarf because the yarn was just a tiny bit thicker. But I love this one. See, you can see there's his tongue. It's like got a black base, and then there's like these really bright, pretty firecrackery colors throughout. And then I picked this color eyes because I thought they stood out, looked really cool on this. But see all the different colors throughout there? And they striped. It's like the base is black, but then there's all those colors, and those colors striped throughout. Really, really pretty. I was so happy with this one. And they have it in different varieties too, like other colors. But I really liked that one. I was very, very happy with it. Now, you know I've been dabbling in the plastic canvas, and I made a coaster. Well, I still have my owl coasters that I haven't started yet because I haven't done any projects that have required me to cut the plastic canvas yet. And when I was at Hobby Lobby, I came across, well, I didn't come across, I was looking at the plastic canvas stuff. Then I came across this like form. It was pre-cut plastic canvas that turns into like a little bag, and they advertised that you could carry it as a purse, but it's way too little for that in my opinion. But and there weren't really instructions or anything, at least at where I went, so I just kind of winged it, and I made up my own instructions for like how to stitch it and stuff. But this is how it turned out, and it came like flat, and then, you know, you had to fold it up, but there's like the side and the back and the bottom. But the whole thing, and then I used, this is, the yarn I used is an I Love This yarn. It's one of my favorites that they make, that I have made myself a hat with and a scarf with, and I've used it in a snake scarf before, and I also use it in a snake scarf that I made my mother-in-law. It's one of my favorites because I love the pink and the black together. I really wish they made the same exact one with purple and black. But then I bought, they had like these clasps, which didn't work exactly like they're supposed to. It worked okay, but like that's what it looks like on this side. The way they're supposed to work is like there's like this really sharp piece, and then there's a washer that goes on the other side. Well, and then as you can see, I lined the bag. But when you try to put it through the plastic canvas, it's just too much. But it'll fit through there, and you can kind of bend those prongs, and it stays on just fine. And then there's what the other part of the clasp looks like. And it was the same way. It came with like a washer kind of thing on the other side, but once I put it through the yarn and the plastic canvas and the felt, it fit in there. It's like it grabbed it really good, so it stays. And then this, that was just a patch, like an iron-on patch, and I used, actually I used super glue because I tried to hot glue it, but it didn't want to stick to the metal. It stuck to the metal, but then it just came right off. So I used super glue, and I have all I have like that Glue 3000 and Eileen's Craft Glue and all these other glues, and then I thought, you know, I'm just going to use super glue, and it worked perfect. But this fits like a crochet hook, and I figured I could fit like my little counter and stuff in it, but I just was really proud of it. I mean, like I said, I didn't cut this out. It came like in a flat form that, like, you know, where the sides were down, and then when you got done stitching the whole thing, then you kind of folded the sides up, and then you seamed it together. And that was the other thing with the stitch. I'll kind of show you up close. I kind of experimented with a couple of different stitches, but I kind of thought this looked really cool. I just made up my own where it looks kind of like knitting. And what I did was I did the tent stitch on one row, and then I did a reverse tent stitch on the one right below it, and I just kept going and going and going, and then it looks kind of knitted. And I liked it, and I thought it looked really good with this yarn, and I was really proud of it. And then before I seamed it together, and before I seamed it together on the sides, because that was really the only part you had to put together, was just you folded the sides up. I made like a little pattern that would be the size of what you would line it with felt, and then, you know, I traced it onto felt, and that's how I lined it. And I didn't cut it exactly, and you can see how the felt's not exactly to the corners, but it works. And my main objective, and it's lined throughout the inside, my main objective is I just didn't want to have things snagging on, you know, the yarn and stuff. So I lined it. So yeah, that's my surprise project. And I didn't want to show it while it was in process because I was so afraid I would screw it up. And it isn't perfect. I don't have like the perfect stitching and stuff, but I think it's pretty good. I'm proud of it. I mean, I'm gonna definitely use it. So that's it for projects. That's everything I've been working on. I haven't, like I said, I haven't started those owl coasters yet because that requires cutting. And so I'm hoping I can maybe do that on my second week of vacation. I don't know. Pam has suggested buying some extra plastic canvas in case I mess it up, and so I did. So I've got extra plastic canvas. I'm trying to figure out how, I guess you don't really have to trace, you can count. Oh well, I'll figure it out on my own. But I finally bought something I've been wanting to buy, but I haven't because they're kind of pricey for a good one. But I found a Swift, and what really pushed me to buy it is I've been really afraid of buying hanks of yarn, and I bought one. My first hank of yarn I bought ended up being a tangled mess because I wasn't sure how you unrolled a hank or unwrapped it and stuff, and so it was my own fault. I messed up. So it took me hours, and I'm not even exaggerating, to find probably at least 2 hours, if not more, to, you know, working with this hank of yarn because I wasn't going to give up. I was trying to wind it into a cake, and I did succeed, but it was a nightmare, and I swore I would never buy another hank of yarn again. Well, then Pam started dyeing yarn, and it's like, oh, it's in a hank, I'm not going to buy it. But then I found one that she had put up called Tulip that was really, really pretty, the color of it. And it's like, oh, I'll go ahead and buy it. But that time I watched a video on how to open a hank of yarn, and it was like, oh, you know, you make it into the big loop and everything and find the end. And so that one, and then I bought another one after that. I still wasn't perfect. I still had some tangles, you know, because I wasn't even trying to put it across the chair or have somebody hold it. I just had it on my floor and was, you know, winding it with my yarn winder, and as it was coming up, especially towards the end, it started getting tangles, but I worked with it and it didn't take near as long as the first time. And then bought another one, and same issue. Well, now I have another, this is from Pam. Her Etsy shop is Yarny Nana, and this is in that bonfire, like what Kathy had gotten, but this is in the bulky weight. I really like working with the bulky weight. And I thought, you know, before I try to unwind this one, which I know how to open it up and everything now, I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm going to buy a Swift. And so I was looking around, and look what came today. Here's my little box with the Amazon Smile. I haven't opened it yet, but I looked at the reviews and stuff, and I know I had scissors. Oh, I covered them. I was looking at the reviews, and those were not that great. And then like the ones you get from Knit Picks and places like that are wooden. I mean, some of them were $100. Well, I found one on Amazon. Can you hear that car? That was wooden. This great big box. It's a box inside a box. So now I have another box to unopen, which is good. This one is made by Stanwood, and it got lots of really good reviews. There were some other wooden ones that people were saying weren't smooth and they would snag their yarn and stuff. And I should have opened this ahead of time, but this is fun. And by the way, I did, on my way home from work, I stopped at the pet store and the pet store is right literally next to Joann's. I mean, it's like in a little strip area, and there's the pet store, Joann's. I did not even go in Joann's. I just went to the pet store to get one of those fish feeders that will feed your fish while you're gone. And I looked over there, but I didn't go in. Okay. Here's what the picture on the box looks like. And what just fell was, I don't know. Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Okay. I'm not gonna open this all up, but I am gonna. It was like the wooden screw and another screw. I don't know exactly what these are. Okay. My guess is that's for anchoring it down to like a table or something. So, well, it's in the plastic. I'll go ahead and at least take it out of the plastic, because I'm going to try it out now that I have, my hank of yarn. But Pam's Yarn is the only yarn that has convinced me to buy another hank of yarn since my very first issue with it. But now that I have this, once I figure out how to use it, which there's lots of videos and stuff out there, this is nice. They were not kidding. It's really good quality. This looks like the one that's in Ming Mao's video. I can see it like in the background. But yeah, and that'll fit on a nice, thick, definitely fit on this table. It fit on really a nice wide range. And then this must be what holds this up when you get it to where you want it. And then this would be for the table. Well, that's not too hard to figure out, is it? But I'm going to save this box because I don't have anything to put it in, and I want to keep it. I don't have a craft room where I can just keep my things like this out all the time. I do have, like where my Addi machines are, I just have them set up in the living room. And I have a table that has both Addi machines and my yarn ball or my yarn cake winder on it. But this is too big. I wouldn't, well, yeah, it's too big because not all that would fit on that little table I have in there. But that's okay. I've got this nice box. I can just slide it down in. So yeah, I have a Swift. I'm not even gonna put it back in the box because I'm gonna try it here in a few minutes with my beautiful yarn, which I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet, but every time I buy yarn from Pam, I make something for myself because I don't want to get rid of it. It would have to be a gift for someone I love or for me. So yeah, let's see. Ugh, sorry guys. I'm just knocking everything down. I'm not the most graceful person in the world. No, and I think maybe this is instructions for the Swift. I didn't even notice them. Yep. There's the instructions. Doesn't look hard at all. So awesome. So now maybe I can actually buy hanks of yarn. We shall see. This will be my test subject. So I guess that's it for projects and yarn related things. Right now we're just getting ready for vacation. We've got to get up in the attic and get some stuff down out of there, like our luggage. And already have some stuff out, you know, that we take with us. But like I said, I have my lists, my vacation lists that, you know, have things like get luggage down, vacation feeder for fish, which is what I stopped and got today. Write a check for Golden Horseshoe Resort. That's where we stay. It's not really like a resort like you would think of, like, I don't even know how to explain it. I think I might have shown it in a vlog last year. I'll try to remember to maybe show it this year too. It's like cabins, but not really cabins. They're almost like apartments, like little tiny apartments, but it's really quaint, and there's not very many of them, so you have to reserve like a year in advance, and you know, for when you want to stay as long as we do. And so we always reserve while we're there. This year, when we leave, when we check out, we'll reserve for next year. And then you like pay like a $25 deposit then, and then in January they'll bill you for like 2 days, and then you pay the rest when you get there. But they don't take, if they take a credit card, then they charge a fee, you know, because the credit card companies charge. And it's just a family-owned place. So, and I don't normally carry a checkbook. Why am I telling this whole story? I don't normally carry a checkbook, so one of my reminders is to write the check and put it in my purse to take with us. Yeah, I know you didn't need to know that. And like download Kindle books. I always find like usually a series of books or something to download. And then everything we take with us, like our beach towels and our rafts and games. We always have so much fun playing games. We're usually, because each of the like little units has their own balcony and there's a table, and the one we always stay in, you can see the lake perfectly. You're just right there. You can see the pool. So we sit up there like in the evenings into the night. We have a camp light that's on the list too to take, and we play Yahtzee and Uno and Sorry. And one time we took those train dominoes, but that was a little dangerous because we dropped a couple, and you know, we were afraid they were going to go down the balcony, but they didn't. So, and things like, you know, to remember to take your medicine and your glasses and all that kind of stuff. And we take a blow-up bed because they have the cabin we stay in has 2 bedrooms, and the boys, our 2 boys, alternate who sleeps in the bedroom. You know, but they alternate that, but then they have a hide-a-bed, but it's not real comfortable, so we always take one of those really nice queen-size blow-up beds with us, so they don't have to sleep on the hide-a-bed. But yeah, so we got our list, and then I even have the grocery list already, even though we never stick to it all the way, but it's got the basics on it, because we'll get down there, we'll unpack the car, we'll put everything in the cabin, then we go to the store and we get, we used to always ahead of time, I would buy like all the paper products, you know, paper towels and stuff like that, but now we just buy it when we're down there, because they have this huge Walmart. We'll go in there, and they have this grocery store called Paul's that we always go in because it has really great fruits and vegetables. And so yeah, we're getting really excited about it. I love it because I don't think about work. There's just, you know, it's just fun family time, fun kick back and relax time. You know, you can stay at the pool all day if you want. You can go spend time in the lake. That's the only thing this year we're kind of leery about what the lake is going to look like, because in Missouri there has been so much rain. There's been a lot of flooding, and actually over the 4th of July weekend for a very long time, you know, for almost, well, part of the weekend they had a no-wake zone for the entire lake. So you would not have been able to ride like a jet ski or in a boat or anything that made a wake. And so they opened up the dam, released a lot of the water, and so they made it to where you could, for the rest of the 4th of July weekend, they had it, but it was still really high. So we're worried about, you know, if there'll be like trash or branches or what there might be in the cove that we stay in. But if there is, we'll deal with it. You know, we still love it there. I don't get in the lake a lot. I go sit by the lake. I'm kind of weird when it comes to the lake. When I can't see my feet, it just kind of freaks me out a little bit because I am not a strong swimmer at all. And even if I have a life jacket on, I'm scared. I can swim enough, you know, to keep myself above water, and I know how to float on my back, you know, stuff like that, but I'm not a strong swimmer, and I feel like I can't breathe when I get into water and I can't see the bottom. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I get very, very anxious. So like when my husband goes down there, I'll sit on the dock with him and I'll talk to him and stuff. And we have like these little blow up boats, and I'll sit in one of those. Or we have like a big floating like chair thing that you don't immerse very far into the water. And if he's down there helping me get into it, you know, I'll sit in that. But mostly if there's water, I'm in the pool. I can see my feet, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I also have, it's so weird. I love the lake. I love looking at the lake. I just love the lake, but I freak out just a little bit with the water, and I think about bacteria and germs. I don't know. I'm weird. I know, I'm sorry. I love the lake. I just don't necessarily like to get in the lake. Yeah, you know I'm weird. You figured that out by now. So anyway, we're excited about that. So it's going to be a really busy next couple of days, tomorrow after work, and then Saturday morning getting everything all together. We even have our list for the dog because we take, you know, things for him for when he gets boarded. And I'm starting to ramble now, and so I will let you go. And I will do some videoing while we're on vacation. I won't, you know, record the whole thing because I'm on vacation and I'm gonna enjoy myself, but I also want to share with my friends. So I'll video here and there and then put something together for when we get back. And yeah, that's it. Except on Instagram, this is the last time I'll talk to you till vacation is over and I'll be relaxed. And maybe have a little bit of a tan. We'll see. I wear a lot of sunscreen and wear a lot of hats, so we'll see. But I hope you all have a great whatever you're doing coming up, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!